Saba's stories. Patrick and SpongeBob's journey to the Lost City. Hello, I am Saba and I want to tell you beautiful stories about the Lost City. The map of the Lost City was lost in the deep seas, but I don't know how SpongeBob and Patrick found it. Well, let's go to today's story together. In ancient times, there was a city where strange people lived. No one knew where this city was located. It was only in the legends that there is a great and huge treasure in this city, that its people take good care of the treasure, and no one has been able to find this lost city until that day. Anyone who wants to find this city, he had gone, he had not returned. One day when SpongeBob and Patrick were playing in part of the sea, a little far from the shipwreck, their attention was drawn to a group of yellow fish. When they went a little further, they found a bottle behind a boulder. When they looked carefully, they saw that there was something inside the bottle. They opened the bottle with their help. Well, it was unbelievable. There was a plan in it. I mean, where was the map? They hid the map under their clothes and started walking towards the house. When they got home, they opened the map to find out where the map is. SpongeBob noticed a sign next to the map. He had seen that sign elsewhere. He quickly went to his library. He opened the old book that was left to him by his grandfather. Yes, his guess was right. In the book there was information about the map of the Lost City, and it was the same as the sign next to the map. So that sign was about the Lost City.
Oh yes, this map of the city is reduced,
SpongeBob exclaimed happily. The same famous city that everyone talks about, and many stories are told about it.
Are you telling the truth?
Said Patrick. SpongeBob answered,
I heard that whoever went to find the lost city never came back. The way to this strange city passes through dangerous lands. I always wanted to travel to the lost city and see it up close.
Patrick said,
But finally, Bob, SpongeBob, no one has come back from there. This trip is too dangerous.
SpongeBob answered, but
Patrick, I heard that in the lost city there is a very big stone that all the people take care of, and whoever sees it, all their wishes will come true. I would like to find that gem and see it closely. Please accept and come to travel there together and find the lost city.
Patrick said,
With a little doubt, but we don't know how to read that map. We do not understand its signs.
Bob said,
Don't worry. In this old book, which was left to me as a souvenir from my grandfather, I had seen interesting things about map reading and its symbols. I am sure that this book can help us a lot. When my grandfather lived with us, he used to tell me many stories about the lost city. That is why I am interested in finding this city.
Patrick said,
Hesitantly, yes, I agree, my good friend. I will not leave you alone in this way. Together, we will go on this scary journey so that we can find the stones of our dreams and achieve all our dreams with our cooperation.
SpongeBob said to Patrick,
Patrick, be careful not to talk about the map of the lost city to anyone, and keep this secret to yourself, because there are many people who would like to get this map.
Then Patrick said goodbye and went to his own house. SpongeBob was looking at the map of the Lost City. No matter what he looked at, he could not understand what those moving signs meant. The sign of a boiling pot, a big spider, and were very strange and scary. As if that map was magic. SpongeBob remembered what his teacher said. Always take notes on important things so that if you lose them one day, you can go to your notes and have them. Therefore, from the map on the last page of his book, he drew a simple map, and instead of living and moving signs such as a boiling pot, a frog, and birds in flight, he wrote their names so that after waking up tomorrow morning, he could help his grandfather's book to find their meaning. After he got tired, he closed the book and put the map on the table. But he did not like to leave his book. He hugged the book and went to bed and slept. That night, SpongeBob had strange dreams. A scary place with broken and dried trees and lots of Halloween pumpkins. He was so scared, he went and hid behind a scarecrow, but suddenly, he fell on the scarecrow's head and fell on the ground. Then he dreamed that he was at a party. He was dancing and rejoicing in the party. Well, strange dreams. When it screamed and SpongeBob woke up, he immediately went to the map that was placed on his table to decipher it again with the help of his grandfather's book, but the map was not on the table. He also looked under the table. It was there too. He looked everywhere, but there was no map. Only his grandfather's book, which was in his lap last night, was in his bed. He quickly put on his clothes and went to Patrick's house to tell Patrick about this bad incident. He said to Patrick,
Patrick, the map of the lost city is not in my house. It looks like someone took it. I looked everywhere. What should we do now? After all, except for you and me, no one knew about this story. You didn't tell anyone?
Patrick started playing with his hands. He lowered his head and was ashamed.
Patrick, secrecy is very important.
Bob asked.
When we make an appointment not to tell anyone, we must keep our promise. If we tell other people's secrets, irreparable things will happen like right now. Now tell me, who did you talk to about the map of the lost city?
Patrick shyly said,
Yesterday on the way back home, Mr. Krabs saw me and asked me why I was so happy. I didn't want to say anything, but he insisted and I told him the whole story.
SpongeBob said,
I don't know, but we should go after Mr. Krab and see what he says.
They went to Mr. Krab's restaurant, but it seems they were late. There was no news about Mr. Krab. They searched everywhere but did not find him. It's as if Mr. Krab had set out earlier than them to find the lost city, and the map of the lost city was in his hand. SpongeBob and Patrick decided to go as fast as possible to find Mr. Krab and get their plan back from him. You know that confidentiality is very important, and when someone tells us a secret, we should not tell it to anyone else. In this way, our friends no longer trust us and we are not trusted by others. On the other hand, unfortunate events may happen that cannot be compensated. I hope Patrick learns from this and they can find the map of the lost city. In the continuation of the story, SpongeBob and Patrick meet Eku-san. Mr. Krab had gone to their school and created many problems for them. To know the continuation of the story and see if SpongeBob and Patrick find Mr. Krab to get the map back and if they reach the lost city, follow our channel and see our next stories.